Hey, this is Mac at GuitarSnoop.com. I'm going to let you have a listen and take a look at the V-Amp 2 Virtual Amplification. It's Behringer's entry into the desktop amp modeling bean-shaped processor arena. As you might expect from Behringer, it's significantly cheaper than its competition. It is $100 brand new. I am going to go through all the features and some of the specs, but I'm going to do it at the very end of the video, because if you don't like how it sounds, you shouldn't have to stick around for the features and everything. I'll be playing the demo through an Ibanez ASX32 guitar. It's a pretty generic SG style thin mahogany, 2 humbuckers. It's all stock and cheap. I'm playing that directly into the V-Amp 2 and then going direct from the V-Amp 2 to the recording interface. So any effects you hear will be coming from the V-Amp 2 itself. So let's jump right in. Okay, I have the amp set up to model a 65 Fender Twin Reverb. All right, now we've got a model based on a Vox AC30 with the top boost. They also have a non-top boost model on here. Okay, now I haven't changed the model or the EQ or reverb or anything. All I've done is rolled up the gain even more. So we're still in the Vox AC30. Okay, now I've changed things up a little bit. This is modeling a Marshall JCM 800 with 412 cab. I changed up the EQ. It's now scooped more or less for a more modern sound. Okay, I think I've tortured you long enough with my playing. But if you're still watching, then you are interested in the V-Amp 2 and you are waiting for me to keep my promise of going over the features. So here's the deal. There's a lot more than I could possibly cover without boring you to tears. So after this, go to the Behringer website. You can download the PDF of the user manual, and it'll show you all the different models and everything that I don't have time to go through. But here's the quick rundown. The left side of the unit controls your amps. The middle knob selects what amp model you want, and then you have gain, treble, mid, bass, and volume. It automatically pairs you with a cab that's appropriate, but you're not bound to that choice. So when you select JCM 800, it gives you a 412 with vintage 30s, but you can change it to a 1x12 cab, for instance, if you want. I think there are 32 amp models. Some of them are not models of like historic amps. Some of them are Behringer original creations. I believe there are 16 cabs. There's an onboard tuner, which is really helpful. I use quite a bit. Reverb. There are a bunch of different reverbs, surprisingly. I think 8 or 9. There are some natural reverbs like hall, room. There's some ambient ones, and there's a couple of different spring reverbs, and I believe I had a medium spring on all the sound samples. There are some built-in effects which I did not bother to go through on the demo, and I think you'll understand why by the time I'm done explaining it. It has rotary, echo, delay, ping pong, chorus, compressor, auto wah, phaser, flanger, and tremolo. The problem is there's only 2 controls for any of the effects, and you can only dial in one effect at a time. The controls are just a wet, dry knob for how much of the effect you want to hear, and then there's a tap button. So you can tap for tempo for delay or echo, or like your modulation speed for chorus, flanger, tremolo, etc. The last thing to note is that there are MIDI in and out ports. If you have a MIDI interface on your computer, you can use some free software from Behringer to control the V-Amp, and the nice thing about it is that there's extra controls. So you have extra controls for the effects, like for instance the amount of repeats on your delay, which you don't have on the unit. And you can set all your presets, and you can also save them on your computer, which is really nice. If you do not have a MIDI interface, you won't be able to mess with any of that. So that's why I didn't go through that in the demo. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Thanks for listening, and if you have any questions or comments, you can use the feedback form at guitarsnoop.com. See you next time.